This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
As you know, any support you lend to my streams keeps the streams going, and in particular, this next month will be a very expensive month for me with the incredible amount of games, plus the PS5 and accessories I need to buy. So anything that you contribute to the streams is much appreciated. I would prefer tips. Tips help me in the short term.
Please willingly pay me. Please crowdfund me. That's not e-begging. That's not begging at all. Putting out a product and then asking for crowdfunding to continue putting out said free product is not begging whatsoever. That's not begging. That's business. And if you don't understand business, you're in the wrong place. I'm just saying. You know, if you've got an issue with that, you're in the wrong place. Every time someone says to me e-begging, you know what that says to me? Salt. Morton's. Morton's. You're so goddamn salty about someone who works hard and puts out content and earns a living doing it that you have to categorize it in a negative way to make yourself feel better about yourself.
He lied to me when I was buying the furniture for this house. It was over 6 years ago now, okay, a long time ago. This guy, I showed him everything I wanted. I was like, I like this dining room set. I like this living room, sectional couch. And I really liked the love seat that I saw for my office. So all this stuff I bought from a Macy's furniture store, okay? And I basically laid it out what I wanted, and the guy quoted me this amount. He says, okay, well, here's the deal. The dining room and the living room set are available pretty much right away. You'll have them within a few days. We'll deliver them from the warehouse. But the love seat isn't available right now. It's back ordered, so I'll have to wait like 2 months to get it. And I was like, all right, I like them all, so yeah, we'll do it. So he quoted me a price. I paid for it, signed a contract, paid for it and everything, charged my credit card, done, right? Okay. Within a week, both my dining room set show up and my living room sectional. The movers move it in, set it up. Everything's great. I love the furniture. I'm very pleased. 2 months later, the love seat shows up. It gets delivered. Okay, admittedly, the love seat was a mistake. The love seat did not fit properly in my office. It was not as comfortable as I thought it would be, and it wore out so quickly. I would say within 1 year, that love seat wore the fuck out, and I just very much didn't enjoy having that love seat here. But the problem was, so the love seat shows up, and that's great and all, and then I check my credit card statement, and I'm not kidding you, I got charged almost $800 fucking extra.
I like how you're laughing, too.
Well, it's funny.
On top of what he had already quoted me and I had already paid. And I called Macy's. And I said, what is this? And they're like, oh, that's the charge for the love seat. And I was like, the charge for the love seat? First of all, I didn't know the love seat was that expensive. This guy had quoted me an amount. And that total amount I felt was satisfactory for the dining room, the couch, and the love seat. Like, I felt that that was a good price for all of it together, and that's what I agreed to. I was never told the love seat was like over $700 fucking dollars, nor was I told that he wasn't charging me for it until 2 months later when it shipped. He told me he was charging me for everything now, and I never agreed. I never agreed to paying any more money for this love seat. And Macy's was like, oh, well, it's he said, she said, we're sorry that you're disappointed, but, you know, we believe that he did quote it right, and there's nothing you can do about it. So then I called my credit card company, and I disputed it with them, and they went into a 2-week dispute process with Macy's, and then they came back and said, well, there's nothing we could do. Macy's won't agree to it, so we're not going to give you your money back. So I got fucked. I basically got completely fucked over with the amount of the love seat. By the way, Nugget Hunters, true, but guess what? He says, you signed a contract. You're right. I looked at the contract. It didn't have the price of the love seat on it. I'm serious. The contract was only for the dining room set and the couch. He told me that was the price including the love seat. I never signed a contract for the love seat. So they fucked me.
I'm a mature bozo with a business degree.
They completely fucked me over, and my credit card company would not back me on it for whatever reason. So I ended up losing $800 for a fucking love seat that I didn't like. Oh, I did tell the credit card company they breached the contract. I told them everything. I explained the whole situation. They said, okay, we're launching an investigation, and then 2 weeks later, oh well, investigation over, and we believe that, you know, everything. I'll tell you exactly what happened. Macy's lied. What Macy's probably did, this sales guy, likely what he did is he showed me one contract and had me sign it. And then he had a second contract for the love seat and never had me sign it. He probably forged my signature. Because what else evidence could they possibly have? He already had my credit card on file, so all he needed to do was forge a signature on it, saying, oh shit, I accidentally forgot to have him sign this. Let me just fucking sign, you know, forge a signature, and now I make the sale and the giant commission, and now it's he said, she said, how could this customer prove otherwise, right? I guarantee you that's what happened.
RTU streams did 1,000 bits here. He said, eat spicy tacos off my shaved chest, cowboy. Rich, you're just such a mature individual. I love it every time you come to my streams and act like an asshole. And by the way, don't think that that stuff doesn't happen all the time. It absolutely does in America. That's the problem with commission sales and this stuff. This shit happens all the time. Trust me. I wasn't shocked. I seriously wasn't shocked. But you know what they say? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
And the price that I was quoted for a dining room set, a living room sofa sectional set, and a love seat sounded really good. It sounded like he was giving me a discount for a group package because I was buying so much furniture. And in reality, it was he just fucked me. You know, he was completely lying to just get the sale. So, it is what it is.
I swallow coming. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, ho, 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 so funny. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
That was 6.5 years ago. I'm much wiser now, right? I would never do that again. I'm not stupid. And by the way, let's be honest, I was overspending. I was spending beyond my means. I was putting it all on credit cards and shit that I shouldn't have done. I should have been more reasonable. I should have got lower end furniture. I shouldn't have spent as much as I did. And that was part of my problem when I moved out here, is that I overspent, estimating that I was going to continue to make as much as I did on my YouTube channel, which I did not. Within 1 year of moving here, I lost a ton of profit on my YouTube channel because YouTube changed all the algorithms. So all my most popular videos fell out of search. So all that residual income disappeared. And then if you remember, in 2015, merely 1 year after moving here, I got a ton of false copyright strikes, and it fucked my channel over.
He's talking so much. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. What are you talking about? Shut up. Nobody cares.
Timbo Slice Cheers, a YouTuber I watched, came out yesterday and stated for the second time they got this so-called bug virus, as YouTube calls it, on policy, which makes their videos not show up in sub boxes or recommend pages. They state YouTube has no idea why it happens. I call BS. They 100% know why, but YouTube doesn't care about most users unless they bring in millions of views and dollars. No, I would actually argue they don't, because they're stupid. The problem is people think the people who work for YouTube are smart. They're not. I'm serious. Take a look at the employees they hire. Fucking silver spoon in the mouth, Ivy League motherfuckers. They think that because they bring in these kids who are rich and went to fucking high-end colleges that normal people can't get into, that they're smart. Actually, in reality, I think it's the opposite. I think these are fucking coddled little kids.
How do you think having sheltering or hover parents affected your growing up? You know, I don't know. Not only did my parents pay for this trip, they gave us money to pay for everything during the trip. The whole trip was paid for by my parents. I didn't spend $1 while I was there of my own money at all.
Who don't understand responsibility or work ethic. That's why they have fucking break rooms with fucking meditation areas and fucking, you know, hybrid pomegranate tangerine fucking genetically engineered fruits that they eat on break. And, you know, just take a look. It's documented how weird Google is and how weird YouTube is with their corporate culture and everything. And it was hilarious because a few years ago, YouTube was under hot water for some really bad things that they were doing, malicious things behind the scenes. And they actually were on the defensive and started making videos of the actual people who programmed the site coming out and saying, here's what we found when we were researching. And they were the weirdest, most antisocial motherfuckers I've ever met, I've ever seen. You could tell these people have no social skills at all.
That's like me, right? That's like me. I 1,000,000% agree. By the way, my wife agrees with me. Wings agrees with me.
Alright? And these are the people trying to program the site. You know, they don't understand business. They don't understand the day-to-day operations of the site. All they know is lines of code. And these are the people they got working on the site. So, when you don't actually understand the application of what you're doing day-to-day, you are basically ignorant. You could be the best coder on the planet, but when you're coddled your whole life, and you get into a cushy job that has this weirdo corporate culture, and then all of a sudden you're told no matter what, you're okay, you're not doing anything wrong, you're doing fine, don't listen to what the internet says, you're doing a good job, You tend to not actually figure anything out because you're protected. That's what it is these employees have been so fucking protected from real life for so long that then they go out and get criticized. Oh, well, we just can't find anything wrong. It's like, well, that's because you suck. That's because in reality, you're not the best person for the job, but you've been in this isolated life your whole fucking life where you've had everything handed to you and you got a giant job at a giant corporation that basically coddles your ass and protects your ass from any kind of criticism, and that's why you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know, like, it's very simple to figure out from an outsider's perspective, and actually taking a look from the outside to the inside culture, the weirdo shit that they do over there. It's very easy to figure it out, but they can't figure it out. You know, for years, oh, you're saying that we did something wrong with the code, but we can't find it. That's because you suck. That's because you're actually not good at what you do, but you've been protected your whole life and told you are, and told you're the best, so of course you can't figure shit out. You know?
Oh no. He's one of those little fucking spoiled rich brats who gets everything from his parents. A little sensitive sissy ninny. You know? They really are. Little special snowflakes who've been pet and, you know, protected by their parents all their lives. I remember my parents were incredibly sheltering. Like, they were. Like, seriously, they were so protective of me that I didn't even get to, like, really go out and do stuff with friends on a consistent basis till I was, like, 18 years old when I told them, I'm going to do what I want, and you got to lay off because if you keep telling me no, I'm never going to experience life, and you got to fucking stop with this. So, you know, they were super duper protective.
Why am I so brutal towards these people? Because they're fucking frustrating as fuck. These people who work at Google and who work at YouTube actually determine a giant part of internet commerce and internet culture. And they're not the best people for the job, but they've been handed everything. And they should be criticized and they should be forced to get better, and they don't. They get protected and coddled, and that's not good. You're putting inept people in positions of great power, people who their entire businesses and lives are based on YouTube have been crushed and destroyed over the years. It's very true. They don't care about the small guy. They never will.
And that's a whole culture that's completely different from the culture that you and I live in, Timbo. We live in a realistic culture here where we're based on performance at our jobs. We have to do a good job to actually succeed. There, you know, actual real life consequences for failing. They have none of that. They've never had those consequences their whole lives. So they're in a whole different cultural existence than we are. That, you know, what do they call it? Failing up? Timbo? They call it failing up. They fail and they actually get promoted. They fail and they actually get their asses kissed because they come from a different class of people than we are. What's hilarious is that people want to say that I'm a Karen in the stream chat now, even though no one will actually justify their statement.
That's my belief anyway. I could be completely wrong, but with my 12 years of experience with YouTube, that's the impression they've left on me. So.
Right now, the best way to contribute would be by tipping me, because I need help affording all the stuff for the next month. There's a ton of it that I have to buy. Excuse me. So please consider tipping me if at all you can. And every single person could, oh, that's e-begging. That's not begging. That's advertisement. The whole word beg means that you want something for free that you don't deserve, but you need it because you need it to stay alive or for support. You know what I mean? That's different than putting out a product and saying, hey, if you like the product, crowdfund. So every single person that says e-beg in regards to a content creator is a salty motherfucker who's jealous of what they're doing. So I'm super excited for Little Ho. I just looked at my capture setup. All right, Little Ho. Oh, that was unintentional. I did not mean to block the last two letters. All right, that's a good start. Little Ho. The most hated man online. And it's not my fault. It's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.